Hi guys, it's really nice to see you today. I have missed you all so very much. I've been away for a couple of days because my skin had some like crazy freak out. I literally looked like the lizard man, like it was like scaly and weird, and I have no idea how it happened, why it happened, what caused it to happen. Foundation like burned my skin. My lips were all like crinkly, like sucked together like that. I don't know what was going on or what happened, but it is finally trying to work itself out. Everything is still kind of dry and rough to the touch, but it is getting better. So today what I have for you guys is in this envelope right here. All these items have come from Octoly. I'm very excited to share them with you guys. Of course, my opinion is 100% my own, but everything in here is from the brand called IDUN. I really hope I am saying this brand's name correctly. I also hope I'm going to be saying the name of these products correctly, even though I highly doubt it, because this brand was began in Sweden. They're just now available in the United States. So most of the items from this brand have Swedish names, which I know I'm going to struggle to pronounce because I cannot pronounce English things correctly. So there's probably no way I'm going to get these right, but I'm going to do my best. So over here we have a little bit of information about IDUN itself. So let's go ahead and read a little bit of it because it's kind of interesting. So IDUN is now available in the United States. It was developed in Sweden by a team of scientists and skin experts. IDUN Minerals is a full color makeup line based on pure mineral formulations. So that's pretty cool. So it says what makes IDUN Minerals unique is the extreme purity of its minerals. This purity works with all skin types and the reason so many consumers with sensitivities use IDUN Minerals. This is the part that I think is pretty cool because I'm really into mythology. The brand name IDUN comes from the old Norse goddess of eternal youth who kept a box of magic apples that she shared with other gods to keep them young. The packaging features interpretations of the goddess created by the artist Patrizia Gucci, maybe? It also says that IDUN Minerals is intended for all women who care about quality products and who are health conscious. We only use simple and pure ingredients, nothing else. This is a very like scientific based makeup brand. I think that's pretty cool. So people with really sensitive skin, this might be a brand that you want to look into. I have selected several items from this brand to test out for you guys. So one of the first things we're going to be looking at is the IDUN stippling brush. And this is what they mean by the packaging all being inspired by the goddess of eternal youth. There will be a woman figure on each of these packages, and it's really beautiful actually. This is what the stippling brush looks like out of the packaging. It has a clear base here and really soft bristles on top, just your standard looking stippling brush. Also something I think is really cute about this brush, if you look through here you can see like the apple through the clear. I don't know, I think that's a really cute little detail. Next up we have one of the IDUN Minerals eyeshadow palettes, and this is what I meant by not being able to pronounce the names. If you know how to say this name, please let me know down below because I literally have no idea and I don't want to butcher it. This is the inside of the palette. Here you can see the apples pressed into the mineral eyeshadows. Again, taking inspiration from the goddess of eternal youth. I'm just going to do a couple quick swatches of this quad so you guys can see the colors a little bit better. Alright, first we're starting with this light pink shimmer shade right here in the corner. I've already gone ahead and kind of gotten a little swatch on my finger here, and you can definitely tell that there's a lot of powder kick up, and you can already see that the apple indentation is starting to go away. So these definitely are a little bit powdery, at least in my opinion. Alright, here is this one swatched on the wrist. You guys can see there it isn't like a super bright color or anything. It is just a nice pink shimmer. Next we're swatching this more matte-like pink shade here in the corner. I already have a swatch of it on my finger, and it too is a bit powdery. Here is a swatch of it on the skin. Again, not super pigmented or anything, but it does give a nice light wash of color. It is a bit powdery, however, even in the swatch. Alright, moving down to this more taupe shade here in the corner. I do have a swatch of this on my finger. This one is a little less powdery than the top two, and it is a nice like shimmer shade. Here, this one is swatched on the skin, and this one offers a lot more pigment than the first two. These are just more like washes of light pink color, and this one definitely packs more of a punch. And our last swatch here is our more violet blue one down in the corner. I have a swatch on my finger here. This one is definitely a lot less powdery than all of them, and it looks to be really pretty. And here we have a finger swatch of this one as well. Oh, look at that! It's almost like a duochrome type color. We have a bit of a shift in color, kind of like a violet blue with also a bit of brown in it. That one is very pretty. I like that one a lot. So this is definitely a very interesting little quad. I'm not 100% sure if I enjoy the powderiness of the shadows. I guess one reason they could be so powdery is because they are mineral shadows. I kind of wish they had done something besides these two light pink shimmer shades, however, here on the top. I feel like if you want to create like an entire eye look with this, you might need like a darker matte shade. I wish instead of this being a really light pale pink shade, shade. It could have been like a warm brown shade. I know this one is a nice brown shade, but it does have a shimmer to it, which I don't really like to apply into my crease. So I think like a darker, more warm, neutral matte shade would have really rounded out this palette. Okay, the next thing we have here is an IDUN Minerals mascara. It is in this beautiful gold tube. It has the apple here adorning the top of the lid, and this is just in the shade black. It has a very standard looking applicator. It just tapers off toward the end. I'm really quickly going to apply some of this just to my lower lash line just to see what it's like. Okay, I actually like how it applied. It's kind of more of a wet formula. I could feel like the wetness going on to my lashes, but it is really, really pigmented and it did nicely separate my lashes. So yeah, I think this is pretty nice so far. Throughout the course of the video, we'll see how it dries down, if it flakes or anything. This is the packaging that the mascara came in. Again, just another beautiful depiction of that goddess on the front of the box. I just really like this type of packaging. I love like the artfulness behind it. I really, really enjoy art and doing art. So anytime you have like a really artful type of packaging, I enjoy it. Alright, next up in here we have something that's very interesting. This is a concealing pin. This is a concealing pin that like clicks up from the bottom, but what's really nice is you can also lock it so that a lot of your product doesn't come out if you have this in your like purse or your bag or anything. This is in the shade Wraps, and this is the more yellow toned one, and boy is it most definitely yellow. If you can see here on the back of my hand, if it'll ever focus, it is super, super yellow indeed, which is actually really great for an under eye if you're trying to conceal some dark circles. This, however, is definitely a loose, wet concealer. That sounds so disgusting, but it is very almost oily and it is very thin. A little bit of this does spread out a long way because it is so thin and oily, but the coverage isn't fantastic. So here you can see the back of my hand where I just use the tip of the brush to spread it out a bit. Here is the concealed area, and for comparison, like the skin over here is not concealed with the concealer. You can definitely tell there is a bit more of a yellow tinge to it. And it's almost shinier as well because it is so oily. You can also smell, for instance, a little bit of the oils. Now this does dry down, but it takes a little while, but I still feel like there's a bit of oiliness on the top of it. So people with oily skin, I definitely wouldn't recommend this. But if you have super, super dry skin, especially under eyes, this might be fantastic for you. I actually do have really dry under eyes, and I'm thinking about trying like a little bit of drop of this and mixing it in with my Tarte Shape Tape, because this can get a little bit cakey for me because my under eyes are so dry. So maybe combining these two will loosen this one up a little and have it be able to not dry out my under eyes so terribly. Oh darn it, I showed you the wrong packaging for the wrong item. This here is actually the mascara packaging, just another depiction of the goddess, and this was actually the concealer packaging. So I got those two confused. Yeah, that's the appropriate packaging for the appropriate product. Alright, and last up in our IDUN haul, we have this beautiful lipstick here, and this is the packaging for the lipstick. Look how pretty she is. She's got her lips done, she's got her flower crown on, she's looking all cute. This is in the shade, I can't pronounce it, so I'm just going to show you, but it looks to be like a beautiful pinky berry shade, so I'm very excited about this. It just has a little apple motif that carries through, and this looks like a gorgeous lipstick. I have not swatched this yet or tried it on, so I'm very excited to see what this looks like. Alright, so let's just do a swatch on the wrist here. Ooh, very pretty. This is with one swipe of the lipstick. This is what it looks like. Let's go ahead and try another coat to see if we can get a little bit more color payoff. Of course, I would go all wonky with it. This is a very pretty shade. It just seems to be like a nice berry. It isn't a matte shade. It does have a nice like gloss or sheen to it. So if you like matte lipstick, this probably wouldn't be for you, but if you prefer a glossy lipstick, you might enjoy this. I bet if you just put it in the center of your lips and smushed it around, you get like a nice light glossier color, but if you build it up, you could definitely get more pigment. Alright everybody, that's everything I have to show you from IDUN Minerals. This is my very, very first experience with them, and I think there are a lot of really interesting products. I do love that it is for sensitive skin, that everything is like super scientific about this. So if you're somebody who has super sensitive skin and like everything breaks you out, which might be me because I had that terrible like lizard man face issue going on, then this might be something that you want to look into. They did just make their way to the United States. They started in Sweden, I've been selling over in Europe, and now you can purchase them in the United States. I'll put a link down to their website below. These things are a little bit on the pricier side for me. I'm typically very cheap, but if you find something that absolutely works for you and is like amazing for you, then spending a little bit more might be something you're up for. I don't know. They also do have like foundations and things like that, but I don't have any of those with me today, unfortunately, to test out for you guys. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what IDUN Minerals was all about and test it out for myself because I had never heard of them before until recently. So let me know what you guys thought down below of this brand. Have you tried them before? Have you not? Have you heard of them before? Have you not? Do you enjoy them? Do you not? I would love to know your opinions because this is my very first experience with them, so I would love to know more. And that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so very much for watching. Please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. We do have our monthly ColourPop giveaways that have started right now this month. I will link that video down below for you guys, so come back every single month so you can enter to win some lovely ColourPop products. And other than that, I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye!